Alright guys, welcome to the video. My name is Ben Martin. Today we are talking about three accessories that you guys can pick up for your camera for under $50. Today's video is sponsored actually by Fifine Technology. Super excited because they sent me one of their products that I'm going to be reviewing in this video for you guys today. So there are a number of ways that we could have gone about doing this video, choosing and selecting which accessories to include for under $50. So I could have said something like the Rode VideoMicro, great on-camera microphone that's powered by your camera that you can throw on. However, I believe like every camera accessory video uses or references this microphone. So what my point is that we're gonna try and make it a little bit more creative. We're gonna try and think a little harder to get some actually useful accessories that maybe not every YouTuber is talking about. And so to start right off the bat, we're going to talk about a hard drive. Now, yes, I know I did premise this video by saying I want to be creative with the accessories that I'm showing you guys. Just listen, hear me out, because I'm going to tell you some things that you might not know about this piece of gear. So as you can see, this is a LaCie 1 terabyte. Well, you can't see that's 1 terabyte, but it's a LaCie hard drive. And so these are very popular, especially amongst creatives who do video, YouTube, photography, graphic design. These are super popular and very common to see. They make a very wide spectrum of products for creatives. Now this is their hard drive option, so this is definitely what I might recommend to you guys, especially if you're looking at more of a well-priced option. And it cost me $80. So if you were to pick up a 500 gigabyte drive, you can definitely get it for under that $50 price range. I'd like to tell you guys though, however, that one of the downsides to using this specific product is that it is a HDD or a hard drive versus an SSD. So one of the main benefits that using an SSD has over a hard drive is just read and write speeds are very quick, up to 5 times quicker than on this guy. So mainly what I use this for is storing footage, making sure that I have everything backed up because my Canon EOS RP doesn't have 2 card slots. So I want to make sure that my footage gets on somewhere, like a redundant copy. I want to get a redundant copy of my footage as soon as possible, and having this accessible, especially with these little Velcro straps that I can put on the back of my MacBook Pro, makes it that much easier to live without dual card slots. I usually like to place the footage onto my computer's SSD and edit from there because I know Premiere or Final Cut, whichever one I'm using, is going to be a lot quicker to interact with each file. Otherwise, if you're using this on Premiere, there's a chance it might slow down your editing speed. So if you intend to use a storage space where you want to edit off of actually, I would recommend getting an SSD. But for those of you who just want an extra place to store your footage, and if you're using Final Cut doesn't really have any problems with editing footage off of this just because it's already optimized for Mac. And I edit on a 2013 MacBook Pro and it runs very quickly. There's like no issues for me at all. So I would definitely recommend this for those of you who want either second copy of your footage at all times, making sure that everything's secure, or if you are running Final Cut Pro and you're not worried about losing speed. So yes, even though the 1 terabyte option is $80, the 500 gigabyte option should run you under 50 bucks. The next accessory for under $50 is going to be a preamp that we're talking about. So this has XLR capabilities and 6.2 millimeter jack plug-in options, which is very convenient because it offers me a wide variety of different hardware that I can use to capture audio into this little accessory. Okay, so here is the Comica LinkFlex AD2. There are a lot of similar options from competitors that even offer 2 XLR plugins, so you can have dual channel audio recording capabilities. But if you do opt for a single channel, you can find things similar to this from competitors that are even cheaper. There are a few points of differences in this little accessory that make this one of my favorite things to use with my camera, and let me tell you why. So just to run down, yes, you have those 2 plugin options, make it very convenient for you to use. You also have a very nice preamp in this little box that you can plug into your camera. So what that is going to do for you is give you really clean sounding audio. And Canon is pretty infamous for having bad preamps, getting pretty noisy and just ugly when you bump up the gain. So what you're gonna do is plug this cord into your microphone jack. You're gonna turn your camera's decibel level all the way down 1 away from 0, because if you turn it to 0, you're not gonna be able to hear anything. You're going to turn on this little preamp thing. You're gonna turn it on. You also have the option to use phantom power with it if you're using a shotgun microphone. You want to pay attention to the little knob that is sitting on top of the box. This is your gain knob. It turns really nicely, very smoothly. It allows you to seamlessly control the volume of how loud your microphone input is for your camera's audio. These seem like very basic features, very simple things, but a lot of the competition that offers 1 channel audio recording options like this with preamps that sound great, a lot of them are only available for TRRS inputs, which is not what a typical camera will use. So that turns it into an extra, what, $15 cost to buy an adapter from TRRS to TRS so that you can use it with your camera. I also like it because it's got a bit of a longer cord, so if I need to run it and clip it to my belt, or if I need to have it elsewhere where it will be further away from the camera, I have the option to do that. Phantom power is fantastic on this little box. So the Comica LinkFlex 82 runs for $50. I'm gonna link all of these products in the description below, but absolutely I would definitely recommend picking this thing up. I did hot glue a little cold shoe mount onto the bottom of my accessory. That makes it easy to mount it on top of my camera, allowing it to just be out of the way and not having to worry about where I'm putting it. Although it does come with a nice Velcro strap that you can wrap around like a tripod mount or a light stand if you don't want to glue on a hot shoe mount. Forgot to mention that it takes 9-volt batteries. All right, so the next accessory that we're gonna be talking about that costs under $50, actually under $50, is gonna be the Fifine Technology wireless microphone set, the KO37, I think that's the model of it. And both of these pieces with an included lavalier microphone cost $40, and I was quite frankly surprised with the performance of it. So Fifine took the time, they reached out to me, and they sent this product to me. And I'm very grateful for that because it was really fun to be able to test it out and review it to you guys. So basically, we're gonna start with one thing at a time. What this is right here, this is the receiver. And so this plugs into a 6.2mm jack, but they do provide some options to adapt it to TRS or TRRS. However, I would not recommend plugging this with the adapter straight into your camera if you're using Canon, because you're gonna have some pretty noisy results if you do that. I truly love how seamlessly this piece of equipment is able to interact with the previous thing that we just talked about, which is the preamp. I like to take this little receiver right here and I like to plug it into my preamp. So although it does look a little funky, especially when it's hanging on your camera, it works very nicely. So what this allows you to do is just to push the gain so that you can actually hear your talent talking without having a lot of the The receiver takes 2 AAA batteries, which it's fine. It's just the battery life isn't fantastic. And then this is the transmitter. It's kind of the body pack thing that you wear. The transmitter takes 2 AA batteries, which gives it some decent battery life. It's a pretty cool little set you get for $40. Even though there's only one main channel option, you can adjust the sensitivity of it and kind of furthermore customize it. Pretty simple. There are only 2 buttons, just the on and off, which you hold to turn on, hold to turn off, and then the set button, which allows you to adjust some of the levels on the body pack. It comes with a mini XLR lavalier microphone, which I'm thinking about upgrading to a different mini XLR lav, just because the lav that it comes with, it's kind of big and chunky. And I don't think it does very well with clothes. I think it really picks up rubbing on a shirt. I did a video shoot yesterday with some interview talking head style footage, and I used this as the main audio for that setup. Although I was sure to make sure that I had a dual lavalier system so that I was recording redundantly just in case something were to happen. And I was very glad that I had that set up the way I did.
I like Ninja Warrior because we get to go on all the obstacles and they teach us how to do the obstacles.
Well, I think it's a little different for girls and boys to be competing at the same time. I think it's great for girls to be able to...
I think growth mindset is a natural part of ninja training, because if you come into this and you think that I either can or cannot do an obstacle.
About halfway in throughout the shoot, a few hours in, I was noticing when I was wearing my headphones and monitoring the audio straight from the camera, that on occasion the sound would completely cut out and then it would come back in. And the short-term solution that I had found to address the cutting in and out, one, make sure that the transmitter was as close to the receiver as possible, unhooking it from like the back of the talent, placing it on an unseen object in front of the talent, and having the wire, the antenna, facing my receiver. That helped to clear it up a little bit. And then if it started getting really crazy, one thing that I did was just turn off both systems, turn it off and turn it back on, and it would sound pretty good right from the get-go. So being that the main competition for something like this is the Sennheiser G4 system, which costs about $800, this is a very viable option. I would urge you to record redundantly, maybe use a boom mic additionally, or even a second lav, just to make sure that you have clean audio on multiple accounts. But overall, I was very satisfied with this product and how it performed, it definitely exceeded my expectations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it and talking about some of these accessories that have made my workflow and my creative process a little bit easier. If there are any things that you thought maybe I could have talked about that you guys personally enjoy using, feel free to throw that in the comment section as well. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, share it with a friend if you found this information useful, and we will see you guys on the next video.